Hello my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and it's time for another book review. Today I'm going to be talking about Inferno by Julie Kagawa, and this is the fifth and final book in the Talon saga. So, because this is the fifth book in a series, there's only so much I can say without giving spoilers. I will say that I thought this was a really satisfying conclusion to the series. It wasn't perfect. There's some things that I wasn't a big fan of, there's some things that I felt weren't necessary, but it was satisfying. It answered pretty much all the questions that I can think of. It's wrapped up nicely, but just based on the ending, it still leaves quite a bit to the imagination. If Julie Kagawa wanted to go back to the series and kind of do a spin-off, there's plenty of room to wiggle around and do a spin-off. So I'm going to go into a more spoilery bit to discuss my thoughts in more depth. So if you have not gotten this far in the series yet, highly suggest you click away now and come back and read the book to discuss. Alright, so where to begin? I think I'll begin with things that I was not surprised at happening. I wasn't surprised at the Eastern Dragons coming to help with the battle against the leader of Talon, though I was surprised at how few actually showed up. I thought a couple more would come around to help out, but doesn't matter. I was also not that surprised at Dante dying. Just based on all that he has done, there's only so much you can do to redeem someone at that point. And even despite the fact that he did come around and ultimately gave his life to save Ember, it still doesn't clear away everything that he's done. But that is just my personal opinion. Whether he died doing the right thing or lived to try to redeem himself, it still doesn't undo what he's done, and yeah. I was also not surprised by Garrett having a possibly longer lifespan because of the blood transfusion of dragon blood that he received a few books ago. Because he's the one who ended up with Ember in the end, and he is human, thus having a shorter lifespan. It'd be kind of sad realizing, yeah, you're only gonna get a few decades with her. Which is something that was pointed out to Ember multiple times throughout the series. So that obstacle's removed now. I don't know, I just wasn't surprised by it. I was also not surprised that Ember's mom had to die. But then again, I'm pretty sure that no one was surprised by that coming. The two big things that surprised me was Ember actually becoming the leader of Talon. I guess in a logical sense it makes sense. She is Talon's heir, she is the daughter of the former CAO, and with Dante gone, it's just her. I was surprised by the archivist, I don't know why I stumbled over that word, backing her and willing to back her claim to the throne of the Talon Empire and her choices. Because Ember is still only 16 years old. She's gonna need all the help she can get. If someone wanted to challenge her, there's only so much she can do to fight. Another thing that surprised me, and I'm not quite sure if I like or not, is Riley and Mist ending up together. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed their banner, I enjoyed interactions and them just being sassy and sarcastic to each other. I enjoy that, but then again, I enjoy that kind of banner between characters in general. I don't know, they just seem like a really strange fit to me. I don't know, there's that ship I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, I don't know, that didn't take away from the overall story for me, but I feel like it was unnecessary. I also did like how the Western Chapter House wasn't the only surviving part of St. George. There were odd survivors here and there. It was good, it's realistic, and it overall helped the dragons in the long run. And I liked at the end how there was that little truce between St. George and Talon, which wouldn't have existed without Garrett and Ember now being the leaders of the respective organizations. Which is good, St. George can still protect humanity from dragons. Though I can only imagine how some of the die-hard Talon people feel about that. Not only Ember being the leader of Talon now, but of her and St. George having an open treaty. And I just overall enjoyed how Talon wasn't disbanded, something that big and all in all, overall important to the dragon race is still standing. If Talon was disbanded and destroyed, Talon it was corrupt, yes, but it is there to help protect dragons, help keep them hidden from humans. It just needed to go in a better direction with a better mindset, which, now that Ember is the leader of Talon, will happen. And I do like how hatchlings are going to have the choice now, whether to be part of Talon or to be normal civilians. So that's great, them getting the choice. And, dragons who are already so integrated into the organization getting the choice. Especially for those who are decades, if not centuries, old. Talon is all they know. Going from that to a civilian wouldn't be easy if they were forced to do so, and could cause some tension and drama. So, it's nice that knowing going forward, everyone is going to get the choice, whether to be part of Talon or not. And if they choose to be civilians, they're still looked after. They aren't just abandoned and thrown to the wind. Now, I was a little disappointed that Ouroboros didn't play a overall bigger role. When he was mentioned, the second oldest dragon in existence, I was kind of half expecting him to show up during the final battle when things were looking rough and helping, or him sending help. As cool as it was reading about the final battle between Ember's mom and everyone else, and just hearing and imagining all these tiny little dragons and these tiny little humans going against this monster. That's the only way I can describe her, just this monstrous thing. Both in temperament and appearance, because just how these old dragons are described, just like, holy crap, my mind can't even wrap itself around how big this dragon must be. I don't know, I was kind of getting hyped up about an epic showdown between Ouroboros and Ember's mom. Just, that would have been so damn cool. So, yeah, needless to say, when the battle ended, I was a little disappointed by him not showing up. But either way, it was an epic battle regardless, so that's all that matters in the end. I also love how we finally got to see these gang breeder facilities. Remember they were mentioned in the first book, and just how they were built up. I was glad we did finally get to see them and get the satisfaction of Riley just tearing them down and freeing all the females. So yeah, I thought that was a nice little added thing to wrap that up, and just the satisfaction of that facility being taken down was amazing. And just overall, this was a satisfying ending. And just one more thing that I just remembered, it was just such a small thing, so I almost forgot about it. We had learned that Garrett's mother was killed by the Order of St. George when he was a young child, but it never mentioned his dad. I was not expecting this, I didn't even think about it when I was going into this book, but we got to see Garrett's dad. He is the scientist who is behind all the clones and the vessels. So I was pleasantly surprised, but at the same time it was such a small thing at the end that I was just kind of overall whatever about it. I guess it was good that we got that answer. So I liked that. But, like I said, it was such a small thing, and it was something I never really thought about. So, I don't know. I didn't love that thing, but I didn't hate it either. It was just kind of a little throwaway piece of information. At least to me. But, yeah, overall, I thought this was a very satisfying, really well done ending to a series. Like I said in the beginning, the way this ended and how everything was wrapped up, it answered questions, to me at least. It didn't leave anything hanging, nothing major to worry about or think about, but at the same time, it does leave room for you to wonder and imagine, as well as possible room for a spin-off later on. Part of me doubts there will be a spin-off, but at the same time, at least there's that openness there if truly Kagawa decides to go back. If a spin-off does happen at some point in the future, it won't feel forced. There is so much more that could be done. Whether it be in the somewhat recent future or far in the future in this world. Maybe some people in Talon want to overthrow Ember. Because right now things could be kind of shaky. Maybe there's a very distant Order of St. George out there who is gonna try and stir things up. Hell, we could even focus on a hatchling who is just going out into this new world that Ember is setting up for them. There's so many things that could happen in a spin-off. So yeah, things could go further, things could be explored more, but at the same time, as a reader, I am satisfied where things left off. I'm satisfied where things ended, but at the same time, if the series was to continue, I would be just as happy. And that is a very nice happy medium right there. So all in all, I'm a very happy reader. And to make me even happier, there's another book by Julie Kagawa coming out later in the year, a start to a new series, The Shadow of the Fox, and I'm pumped for that. I think I mentioned this at the end of my Legion review, but I cannot remember. There, I guess, is going to be another spin-off of the Iron Fae series, so despite this series being done, I'm still going to be able to get my Julie Kagawa fix, so life is good. I am a very happy reader. So yeah, that is it for my review for Inferno. What were other people's thoughts and opinions? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you like how it ended? What were some of your favorite parts? Let me know. Let's get some discussion going on. So yeah, that is it for this review, and I hope to see you guys next time.